Hey everyone, my name's Tenebris, and today we're going to talk about ground caches in Road to Vostok. An excellent hidden feature of the beta, and one that has so much potential in the future of this game. You can find these caches in random locations across the village demo map, and each time you enter the map, it'll spawn in a new location. If it does spawn. I've had quite a few runs where I couldn't find one, but that could be because some spots are just really well hidden. So, when you loot these ground caches, for now, they offer you a mouse and a gun. But in the future, they will likely expand and become loot sources we'll really want to hunt for in Road to Vostok. As the demo gets updated along the year, I think it'd be cool to see cans of pea soup or maybe even new items get added to these, because the hunt for them is actually really enjoyable, especially when you turn on AI spawns and try to make it to a cache with just a pistol or even empty-handed. The AI will take every opportunity to shoot you too as you loot through these, so you always want to make sure you're at least relatively clear before you start looting. If you want to find an easy spot to look for these ground caches, come up by the power generator array on the right side of the map. You can find them pretty reliably in the area. Now let's look at some of the inspirations for our TV. In both the Stalker franchise and Tarkov, we see kinda similar looting opportunities. In Stalker, you have stashes that you can loot that offer everything from mediocre junk to maybe some weapons or medical supplies, or even better, Ukrainian beers. And in Tark, you get two types of buried caches, and both offer you a range of items as well. In these games, looting these stashes and caches is a roll of the dice, but you could luck out and get some rather good gear for having just a little bit of map knowledge. The ground caches of Vostok could serve a similar purpose of offering a wide variety of loot, from pea soup to medical items to rare or unique weapons like the Mosin. But then there comes the question of what form will they take? We can assume they'll be great loot sources, but there are a few approaches to this cache system that we could see, from them being much more temporary loot sources to them being repeatable in some way, shape, or form. Take for instance in Stalker, where your stashes are generated when you start your playthrough, and only have a chance to be refilled if you complete a mission. Or in Tarkov, where if you loot a cache, it's looted for the rest of that session. In Vostok, we could see this system take a bunch of approaches similar to this. But I have a small idea to shoot out here. Maybe when we loot these caches in the full game, they could then despawn once we leave the map, but then have a set amount of in-game days, like a week or something, before there's a new one that spawns. Each map could be seeded with a few or a lot of locations for us to hunt for, making it a repeatable in-game activity. It'd be really cool to see the community come up with maps of spawns in the future, and the opportunity to make, like, maybe a week-long route in the game that you traveled to gather loot on would be a cool emergent gameplay decision that we could make for our playthroughs. But on the other hand, totally tossing that idea aside, we could also see these caches be a one-time loot source in our playthrough. This would reinforce the replay value of potentially having your run cut short when you reach the Vostok area. Them being a non-repeatable loot source would add to the harsh realism of the game. I mean, realistically, if you left a cache in the area and then found it looted by some Chad running through the Finnish forests, would you go off and make another cache, or would you try to find a safer place to keep your stuff? Honestly though, I think if these are a one-time loot source or a repeatable one in the future, these still will be an awesome thing to hunt for. And for now, if you want to have some fun in the beta hunting for these, it's a fun way of obtaining the Mosin. So let me know, have you found a ground cache yet? What do you think of them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But for now, thank you for watching one of the first videos since the beta dropped. We got a heck of a lot more in store this week, so definitely stay tuned. But for now, I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.